I really recommend that people listen to different teachers. That'll help the process, because that's like listening to different descriptions of the elephant, right? And if you hear enough different descriptions of the elephant, at one point somebody will say something and the whole thing will click. The whole thing will click and you'll get, oh. Because you have to understand that what we're talking about here is an experience. It's not a concept, it's an experience. And what we're talking about here is an experience that you're already having, that you've always been having, right? And so the mind has to go through a process the way it always tries to understand everything and learn about everything. It uses information to try and understand everything. So the mind is not used to having a direct experience of things as a way of understanding anything. So you got to go through the process, and you do the information stuff, and you learn about this and that and this concept and that concept and this belief and that practice and this teacher and all of it, right? And so you keep exposing yourself to that and doing the practice. And eventually, a little bit at a time, things start to click, right? And then at some point, if you really stay with this and you're really earnest and you're really looking, at some point, all of a sudden, you'll get a flash of it. You know, it'll be like all of a sudden you see what this has been describing, right? But after you see it, while you're seeing it, it's like, oh, you know, oh, that's what this is about. That's what these teachers are saying. That's what this practice is saying. And when you have that experience, you experience what they've been talking about: peace, clarity, satisfaction, happiness. You know, the way it might occur is that I just feel good. I just feel empty. I just feel like I don't have any problems. I just feel like everything makes sense now all of a sudden. I don't even understand why I thought there was anything wrong. Then it clicks, right? Then that experience shuts off, and you go back into the state of mind you were in. You go back into the personality, and then it's like, oh shit, what happened? You know, I thought I was there. I thought I reached nirvana. I thought I was enlightened, you know. And it sure felt like that, but I must have not really. And so I must have more work to do, and so I'll just have to try harder, right? And you go back into the self-improvement project that the personality is. And of course, you have to do that for a while until, you know, you do enough of that it doesn't work so much that you just feel like the hell with it, I give up. And then it happens again. Right? Well, why did it happen again? It happened again because you weren't trying to make anything happen. And you don't have to try to make anything happen when this is about something that's already the case. But you see, your conditioning won't allow that. Your conditioning makes you try and make this happen. Your conditioning makes you believe that it hasn't happened yet. And one of the good things about this is that the awakening experience, when that direct experience occurs, right? And I'm saying this to us older folks. Most people that get interested in this are older because they're scared. Let's face it, okay? Yeah, because after you get old enough, you realize that if this is all there is, right, and if this is as good as it gets, it ain't too good. And it doesn't look like a good future, you know? So, but the thing about it is this, is that what I want you to know, especially if you're older and you're getting involved with this, is that don't worry. One of the concerns you may have, I remember having this concern at one time, is if I wake up now at this age, it's pretty late in the game. If I wake up now, I only have a certain amount of time left to have a good time, right? To experience being enlightened, right? I don't want that. That sucks, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Well, it's not true. It's not true. Because don't forget, one of the things that you wake up to when you wake up is that time isn't real. Right? Which means that when you wake up, no matter how old you are, it's still now. That's all it is. It's just now. It's the same time it was when you were 5 years old. It's the same time it was when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. It's the same time it was. Because the only true time is now. The only real time is now. And if you wake up, that becomes the experience that you become interested in. It becomes the experience that becomes natural for you to be aware of, right? And so you didn't miss anything. You don't miss anything, because that now is eternal. That now is all there is. That is reality. And once you tune into it, once you start to experience it, once you start to live in that reality, right, there is no time there. There is no time there. So, questions about